Mazda proudly brings you Campbell Live.
Kia ora everyone, Sonny Bill Williams and Adam Lambert coming up, and Pawpaw too, something for almost everyone. But we begin with an extraordinary and unprecedented insight into the Australian kayaker who died trying to cross the Tasman. Andrew McAuley was paddling solo from Australia to New Zealand in January 2007. He lost his life within sight of Milford Sound. So close, so tragic. Now in this book, his wife, Vicky, has told his story, some of it in her words, some of it in his. The story includes Andrew's own footage taken on board his kayak and pictures from a National Geographic documentary on his journey. Helen Vaughan is the reporter.
See you in New Zealand.
Full of apprehension but driven to take on this adventure, Andrew leaves his wife and 3-year-old boy on the shore of Tasmania. New Zealand is a mind-boggling 1,600 kilometres away.
I'm really worried I'm not going to see my wife again. My little boy. And I'm very scared.
At that moment, I really honestly did not want him to go, and I just wanted to hold on to him.
I'm wondering why I'm doing this. I really am. And I don't have an answer.
Andrew was forced to abandon this attempt, but weeks later he set off again. Of course, Vicky didn't see any video footage from either attempt until well after the rest of the country knew about Andrew's tragic end.
This is what a gale looks like from near the centre of a load. And I was going to start paddling today, but it's getting up a bit too feisty, so I've decided not to. I'm going to tuck back under and go back to sleep for a while. It's pretty wild.
He survived winds of more than 100 kilometres an hour, 10-metre swells.
Had a capsize yesterday, that was pretty gnarly.
Full on, man. It's been full on.
And 30 days living in a tiny sea kayak.
But I've got to keep it together and really focus and make sure that I pull this off successfully, because I've just got too many things to go back to. I've got a beautiful wife. I had a beautiful son, little Finlay. He's just the most gorgeous kid in the world. I really love him. I love you, good, yeah. Can't wait to see you again, Daddy. Be home soon, okay? The last thing I want is not a capsize. I really don't want to capsize again. But I've got to make progress as well, and I'm not going to make any progress if I sit in here all day.
And he did make progress. He paddled more than 1,500 kilometres across the Tasman. But within sight of Milford Sound, he sent out this distress call.
Emergency situation. Kayak. Yeah. 30 kilometers from Milford Sound. I'm in rescue.
Kayak 1, your signal is muffled. Please repeat your message.
We can't catch that. My kayak's sinking.
Somebody just confirm your kayak is sinking, huh?
The policeman said, "We found the kayak and your husband wasn't with it." And I just refused to believe it. And I said, "No, you've got the wrong kayak. You go out there and find him. That's not him."
24 hours after the distress call, Andrew's kayak was found, partially submerged and drifting.
And then my whole world just shattered. And I didn't sleep all night. I just hugged Finlay all night.
Vicky says it only really hit home with her when she saw his boat.
I just collapsed and I just wept. It can't be happening.
It will never be entirely clear what happened to Andrew. His kayak was damaged in a Force 10 storm a couple of days before his radio call. Vicky believes he then capsized and couldn't right the kayak because of the damage.
How could he sleep in this? Even I can't fit in it.
Of course you can sleep in that, darling.
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Finlay is 7 years old now and full of questions about his father.
Why did we let Daddy go? And that's such a tough question for me to answer. And I don't really have the answers, although I guess in many ways the answers are in the book, which is why when he's old enough to comprehend it all and digest it all, he can make his own conclusion.
Hey, love, you also love my sunglasses, darling.
He has many of his dad's personality traits, which I just love so much. And it's sort of quite bittersweet though, because he's got his dad's eyes. Every time I look into his eyes, I see Andrew, which is both beautiful and heartbreaking.
Hey, Mum.
Andrew's presence is still very evident around this house, and Finlay's obviously very proud of him.
And that one's a picture of Dad just went surfing and I'm walking up the beach with him. And I really like that one. It's like,
This one? Why is that your favourite?
so how the sun's beaming onto the kayak like it is on his clothes and paddle.
And the look on his face.
Yeah.
One day he questioned, why did we let Daddy go? But the very next day he said, when I'm older, I'm going to do what Daddy did. I'm going to paddle across the Tasman. So what do you say to either of those? Wait for me.
Vicky kept her promise to Andrew to write the book of his journey. Andrew had started writing passages of the book before he left on his trip.
I found some stuff that was absolutely devastating, really heartbreaking, where he said, I wish Vicky would ask me not to go. And that was devastating for me to read that. But then after many hours of counselling, I came to the conclusion that he would have gone anyway. And he was just in some ways searching for an out, but not really wanting that out anyway.
Yeah, so do you feel close to Andrew here?
Yeah, I feel a real sense of his presence, more so in the bush than anywhere else, I guess. Yeah.
In her mind, Andrew is a hero who achieved what he set out to do.
He crossed the Tasman Sea. And it's just, a technicality that he didn't touch the land.